In the previous parts of our viewpoints on Dubai International Financial Center, DIFC's leadership as well as representatives from banking, wealth management and the legal sectors shared their views on the hub's fast developments and on what will drive growth in the future. In this last chapter, I'll be talking to Michael Jensen, Managing Director for Middle East and Africa at insurer AIG. Insurance has become a key sector for Dubai, and the DIFC is now an internationally relevant insurance market. Let's go and meet with him. Mr. Jensen has seen Dubai International Financial Center become an established insurance market in the past few years and believes that greater business opportunities are yet to come, particularly in underserved neighboring regions.
I think it would be fair to say that within the last couple of years was really the time when the DIFC has gone from, as you said, a progressing market into an established market, still with a lot of growth opportunity going forwards. But the last couple of years has really been, I would say, the foundation and where we can see the real change.
And so we now have here at the DIFC the Lloyd's of London, which I'm sure beefed up the local market and made it indeed into a market. And I think earlier you were saying that there isn't too much of a difference now between the DIFC and other markets in the world, such as London and Singapore.
Very right. I mean, if you look at a London or Singapore, Dubai and the DIFC is geographically sit very, very neatly in between those two, time zone and everything else, and it's a very good match. Yes, Lloyd's and the arrival of Lloyd's has definitely been a confirmation of the DIFC as an insurance market and as a financial market, but also a lot of the other players that have been here for a while are adding to that, I would say.
So, as we know, the ambition of the DIFC is to strengthen its relevance to other regions besides the Middle East, so Africa and South Asia. Is it something that you feel it's on its way to accomplish?
Definitely. If you look at the Middle East, I don't think anyone would argue, and the same goes for North Africa, no one would argue that Dubai and the DIFC is not what everyone refers to as the hub, as the center of this part of the world, at least when it comes to insurance. The opportunities for Africa and the opportunities for growth, whether that's further into East or whether that's a growth into the northern part of and the Central European states or the former Soviet Union, that's an opportunity. I think that the DIFC still has a way to go, but is moving in the right direction and moving very fast.
And of course, there are other centers within the Middle East that are trying to raise the game. So we obviously have Qatar, we have Saudi, perhaps even others in North Africa. How far are they in the development, and how do they compare next to what the DIFC has achieved?
Look, it's a finite cake, right? So as I said, you've got London, you've got Singapore, you've got the DIFC in a very sweet spot in the middle. They have a first mover advantage. For the insurance industry, there is a finite amount of capital that the insurance companies can put into a market, whether that's a capital from a US dollar point of view, or whether that's a human capital from the expertise that needs to be put into those markets. It is finite. So yes, there are other markets, there are other opportunities out there. I think they will be more local markets than they will be regional and potential global markets. So they will continue to be there, they will expand, but DIFC and Dubai is unique from the place they are today.
And lastly, obviously being based in the Middle East means that there are plenty of opportunities in terms of Islamic insurance, but also others. What are the other products that you feel have the biggest growth potential?
Look, it's twofold, right? So if you look at the development of the infrastructure in this part of the world, you look at some of the projects that are going on, let's say, in the airline industry. Some of the fastest growing airlines are situated in the Middle East. The infrastructure when it comes to rail, to roads, to power sector, all of that is something that is adding to the growth of what we normally refer to as the commercial lines. You've got tourism, especially in Dubai, a huge opportunity here. You've got the Expo coming up 2020. You've got all of these plans which are either Dubai-based or Middle Eastern-based, where there's a true desire to take these economies and not only focus on the oil-based industries, but also to move them away from oil-based industries going forward. So that's one opportunity. And then you've got population. Maybe that's where the whole Africa expansion comes in, and the possibilities to move further south into North Africa, where you have a population that needs insurance, where the insurance penetration has been very low. So the opportunities are definitely there for the insurance industry. So
the DIFC has definitely gained scale, but there is still quite a lot to do and quite a lot of opportunities still to exploit.
We haven't seen we've only seen the tip of the iceberg here when it comes to the opportunities for the DIFC.
Very well. Thank you very much for your comments.